want to know, what do you have to say? Oh, what do you have to say? Oh, there's no time to wait. What do you have to say? Together we lift our voices and let them ring. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking about life, we got stories to reveal. Lighthearted.
Oh, are you playing some music?
There's no. Hey, Philip.
What?
Did I catch you off guard?
What? No.
We're recording.
What? Oh, okay. I was like, where's the music, man? Oh,
What
I was
music?
like, I needed to be like my intro music and so, okay. All right.
You have intro music?
Absolutely. Every
Okay.
celebrity has intro.
You remind me of. Did you ever watch Family Guy?
Yes.
Peter had his own
Own
background music. Okay.
That's it. I feel that, but I can
Okay.
hear it playing. But no.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
How are you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing pretty darn good.
Same
doing
here.
good.
Same here. Same
I
here.
love. I think you were talking about it last week, but it's the time is changing, so it's staying lighter longer, which I love.
Yes, yes. Even though it's cold as I don't know what. It was cold this morning. Ooh, goodness. When I got in my car, it was at 5:30. It was like 21 degrees, and driving north. Oh, what do you say? 21. I saw what your numbers were. I saw that 14 and 12, and I don't know. Was it like 8 or something like that?
Yeah, it was.
It was like, okay. Well, wow. What can you do? Just put on some long johns and keep going, and make sure
I've
you
been
have
trying to
everything.
get my mind straight though. I mean,
Yeah,
it's cold. It's cold. It ain't gonna change.
it is not going to change. I think once you get acclimated to that, it's just like cold is cold. Oh, it's zero. Oh, okay. I'm
Okay.
a
Well,
zero in the house. That's all I'm gonna
I,
do.
I ain't going
I'm
outside.
not going. Wow, wow. I'm excited about today's what we're going to talk about today, because it affects all of our lives. All of us have been through change. And what do you have to say? Or you're going to ask me, what do you have to say about change? You got something to say about it?
Well, where do we begin with
What?
change?
Oh, it,
I
goodness.
mean, it's inherent. What's that
Right.
song? Everything must change. Nothing stays the same.
Everything must change. Everything, and we were just talking about the seasons um, and it's the time is about to change.
Hmm.
And I understand why they have that in place. And I think I could put it in categories of involuntary change and voluntary change. Some things are voluntary, like you change your job or you change you move or some things are voluntary. At least that's why I put it in the category that some things are out of our control, those involuntary things that happen. Change, like changing maybe the way that we um, live, or maybe the way that we think about some things. But I think I'm all for change, either in our professional lives or personal lives, in our spiritual lives. Um, Change. It's just sometimes that's how I have it: voluntary or involuntary.
Voluntary or involuntary? We'll talk about.
Yes, yes. I think like involuntary change or things that are outside of our control, and they force us to change, as in maybe the and I have on here the loss of our parents that forces us to change maybe our way of thinking, as in like my position in my family has changed because I've had the loss of my parents, loss of my brother, loss of my oldest sibling. That has changed my position in the family, as well as my baby sister. That was involuntary. That wasn't something that I had planned for, something that I had, I knew that was going to happen at one point, but those are involuntary changes. What I changed on my own was I changed my career, or I changed my route to work. Those are voluntary changes, things that we are in our control.
Well, I don't know
That's
that,
what I'm thinking.
but I don't. I was just thinking about that example that you gave,
Hmm.
but that doesn't always, for some people, it doesn't always force change,
Oh,
right? I mean,
okay.
I think I understand what you
Oh,
were talking about when you were talking about
okay.
involuntary change, but it doesn't mean that I have to change, because sometimes you use the example of death.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not going to take this place that we make, perhaps we've created, or thinking,
Oh,
okay, now I moved to here, this happened, unless there was some very specific kind of, um, what's the right word to say, order, or some kind of uh, hierarchy in a
uh-huh.
family, or something that says, okay, when this happens, you go here, like maybe with the royal family.
Right, right. That
But
doesn't happen. That doesn't. You don't believe that that happens in our families? Okay.
it, well,
Uh,
hold on. It doesn't have to happen. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm just
okay.
saying that, but sometimes, just because that happens, I I might not move into this particular position where people are looking or coming to me for a particular thing, or
Hmm.
where
Hmm.
I feel then I have to take on this particular
Oh,
role
you
for
have to.
these people.
I understand
Now,
that.
the change is inherent, because if we're talking about death and dying, nobody can get past that. So
Hmm.
that happens. And of course, there's nothing that we can do about that. But
Hmm.
there
Hmm.
is nothing that says that what happens next has to
Is
happen in a particular way.
you and I agree with that. Because when you use the word hierarchy, but it and maybe it's spoken and maybe it's not spoken,
Mm,
when people are, just assume that you take on that role, um, but like you say, you don't have to. And
mm-mm,
because I would have to say I have witnessed that in some other families where those roles weren't assumed. The matriarchal role or the patriarchal role, they weren't assumed because I guess they didn't know. And that's me putting my value system, my hierarchy on
mhm.
someone else's, and that is definitely not a really fair, um, or accurate thing to do, to put my hierarchy and my one of my system on someone else. But it just seems like it's natural to me that
And it may be.
you would assume because who's the go-to now,
Well, it
and
also is predicated on the family. Well, right now we're talking about a family system. It could be even work, but it depends on what kind of things that you all talked about. I don't know if that
hmm
was important. If we talked about positions, or this or that,
yeah.
or maybe sometimes there are roles placed upon us that uh, are were sort of placed in it by families, or whatever, and we feel we need to live that particular role. So, yeah, I mean,
hmm
that's the role that you live in. And some other people, we hear their families fall apart
oh,
when
completely.
mama or daddy or grandma die,
Oh, grandma, yes, 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 just
right?
completely. Because I
Yeah.
guess, yeah, those that hierarchy wasn't established. Uh,
Hmm.
when I don't know, it just seems natural to me, and that someone that I would bear that responsibility. Um,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of it's a lot of pressure, but change, that's what I mean, voluntary and involuntary. But I was thinking about, just how we change, uh, even changing our direction to work or changing our drive to work because we get so into habits and routines. And I changed my way to work, but it was it seems like my car was on autopilot and it went or I was on autopilot and I just drove the regular way home, even trying to mix it up a little bit. Um, and just to see some different things, but change is tough to really uh, implement and put in place and follow through with it. And I think about change, about New Year's resolutions, and I know that you don't really advocate for those resolutions, but 90% of people, they've already stopped whatever they were going after, trying to change their life physically, or
Oh, I don't
getting.
advocate for New Year's resolutions.
Right, right. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying, that you
I
don't.
didn't know
Right.
that. Yeah,
And because, you know, not they're done. This
it's over. What is
is
it?
February 21,
Hmm.
and they're like, and it's that habit. It is that comfortability. They're that, we'd rather be in comfort than really force, not comfort. Let me see. Maybe that is not the right word, but we want to. Yeah, we want to stay where
With
it is
no,
comfortable. Where's what?
with what we know, which can
With what we
sometimes
know.
be comfortable,
Be
and
comfortable.
sometimes it's
Yeah.
not comfortable, and we still stay with that. Change
Oh, that's
is
right.
difficult.
We just stay in it. Yeah,
Hmm.
because
You said
change.
something that's
Yeah,
important. You,
yeah.
you were talking about well, I don't know, important. I'm not putting a value on it, but you
Hmm.
mentioned tr- wanting to change your way to work, and you said, "Oh, my car just went the other way." Well, your car didn't go another way.
It did.
Hold on. Unless you got a car that Elon Musk hasn't yet to make yet, your car you got Herbie the Love Bug. Your car did
It
not drive.
it
But this
did.
is
It
what
just.
happened. This is
I
what
was
happened.
just a bystander. I was just behind the wheel.
What happens with all of us is we get into our subconscious takes over. Our subconscious really drives us most of the day. When I always think about this. Remember when they talk about, oh, you've got kids. Do you ever see your student daydreaming?
Oh yes.
Okay, like they're
That's just
gone.
they're
So
at, oh yes, yes.
when
La La Land
they're
is what I
they're in
call
La
it.
La
They're
Land,
yes.
in that piece right there, they're they're still present, but their subconscious has them looking out and thinking about other stuff. When we
Hmm.
drive our cars,
Oh.
especially if we are on a route that we do day in and day out,
Hmm.
our subconscious knows how to get us home. We may have you ever been driving and well, you said you wanted to take a route and your car took you a different place, but have you ever just been driving and you pull up in the driveway and you're like, how did I get here?
How did I get
How did I get
here?
here?
Right.
Right? That
Yes.
is
Yes.
how hard change can be sometimes because your
Right.
subconscious, well, that's not hard, but your subconscious will get you home even if you're not consciously aware of all the turns. So when you talk about change and you just wanted to go down another street, your car wasn't driving, but that subconscious was telling you, where are you going? You
Thank
go
you
down
for
this
clarity.
street.
What's gonna? Yes.
I'm
Yes.
not getting in your car. Not if your car
No. No.
makes
Because we
conscious
end up.
decisions.
We'll be ended up somewhere, and it's like, what? How did we get here? This was not on our destination route, but yeah, change. I tell you,
Change.
it is. You know, there's one other thing I want to talk about. So you changed from one climate to another, from moving from California, and now that you live in a climate that is like. Oh, drastically different.
Hmm.
And that change, and how are you adjusting to that that change. That's you know.
I'm you. It's interesting. I was just thinking because I think I heard you say you said that you like change.
I
Then
do.
you made okay.
I
I
do.
like change too. I really do. I'm going
Yes.
to answer your question about climate,
Yes.
but
Yes. Yes.
I am that person that if they're going to put a brand new spanking building up, and there's this building that's been there for 100 years, I'm like, tear it down.
Right.
Which is crazy, right? A lot of people, they have the historical societies, and I understand there are some things that we need to keep
Mm-hmm.
because it's an indicator of something specific in our culture, perhaps
Mm-hmm.
an
Mm-hmm.
indicator of some sort of architecture or
Mm-hmm.
something that we need to keep. But other than
Mm-hmm.
that, I'm down for change. So I have surprised myself having come from a more temperate, a warmer climate, and had been there for um, a while,
Mm-hmm.
to one that has more variation in the
Mm-hmm.
seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I acclimated very quickly, but I think it's also because I had some years where I lived in this climate
Mm-hmm.
before. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe body had some memory, but I've been
Oh.
very surprised. Like I cannot believe like in 18-degree weather, I'm going outside in sweats and a sweatshirt and it's my hands are tingling and I'm like, well, it is a little bit cold out here. I mean, I'm not going to stay outside like that, but
I would. I would
right.
hope not. Oh.
But
Yeah.
it was okay, and I'm surprised of myself.
Yeah. 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 I couldn't imagine. Even like I was saying that it was 21 degrees here this morning, and I that was cold, and it
That's
felt.
cool.
I think they said it felt like 15 or something like that, or maybe single digits with the wind chill and everything. And but I was wrapped up pretty good. But I was just wondering, how is it from everything is sunny and more like you say more temperate.
More
Um,
temperate.
I'm
Well, hold on.
sorry.
The weather is one thing, right? I'm
Yeah.
having to readjust to. Dem- what was there's a different demographic
Yes.
in the area that I'm in than what I've lived in for some time, and I miss
Mm.
I miss a more varied demographic.
Okay. Okay. I would too. And I mean, I would like, do you miss the artist, the or the not the artist, but the breath,
The culture,
the heart, yes, the heartbeat of that.
you know what I
Um
miss?
yeah, yeah.
I miss language.
Okay.
Although I miss going into a place um, and hearing a language that maybe I don't understand. I understand some Lat, Mexican language, but
Mhm.
hearing other Asian languages and other Pacific Island languages and more
Oh.
languages
Oh.
from the African
Oh.
continent and stuff like that. Being
Oh,
around a lot
yes.
of people that are so different from you,
Ooh,
and
it just
I enjoy
yes,
that. I
yes,
enjoy that.
yes, and bringing all of that,
Hmm.
and just and what do they say, a melting pot? Just bringing all
Hmm.
of that culture and blending it, but holding on to their own, but
Yeah.
just still, being able to borrow from that and learn
Yeah.
from that
Hmm.
that is amazing. And I know that when I have the opportunity to go to New York City and experience
Hmm.
those cultures and those just everybody that just together, and like you say, those languages, they're just
Hmm.
speaking their languages, and it's like just enthralled with what they're saying and how they're saying it and how they maneuver. And it's like yeah, it would take some getting used to without that. And then, um, changing. Um, oh, I was going to say changing foods. With what you eat, and changes
Where
all
you
around us.
go, how you get there.
How you
That's the
get
other
there?
thing. Food.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need
food.
I need some Chinese food.
Oh,
I
some
haven't
real.
found it.
No,
Haven't found
no,
it.
I don't. I have to be honest with, and I needed some Chinese food this week, and I went and got Chinese food, and it was just it was a ho hum Chinese food. It satisfied me, but I was not satisfied. I was
Mm-mm.
like, I cook, so I'm like, I got to find me some recipes and cook me some Asian food and inspired meals when I get that feeling, some for some lo mein and some for some rice and some,
I need some
um,
yang chow fried rice, which is fried
which
rice with pork, chicken,
oh,
shrimp, and beef.
I bet.
Mm.
Oh, is it okay?
Mm.
Just tell me, is it from a food truck or is it from a place?
From a place.
Oh man, I tell you, and I miss that culture. I would miss the food truck culture. Just having those options. Yeah,
And
we
you
don't
know
have
what? Pizza.
what?
I have yet to find
Um, okay,
pizza.
yeah, I think you're
So
gonna have to start cooking, man. And I'm telling you, I think you just, yeah, you're just gonna have to start cooking, just like. But
no,
um,
I know you advocate for that, but that absolutely is not me. It's not me. I can throw stuff together. Like if meatloaf is easy to put together because you just put a bunch of stuff together.
that's it.
Um, I made some chili. That's easy to make. But once it goes out of stuff that's more nuanced, I don't have time for it. I'd rather
Yeah,
just get a bologna sandwich and put some cheese on it, and I'll be okay.
not a
I'm
bologna
telling you,
sandwich, man.
bologna sandwich.
I feel you. I haven't had one of those. I call them foldovers, where you're just real lazy. You just got one piece of bread, fold it over. Yeah, I haven't had. Yeah, I have. Yeah, people laugh at me when I say, "Can I get a fold over?" Yeah, but
You're like, I don't know what
change.
I'm doing.
I embrace change, and I even personal growth change, physically change. And one thing I quit smoking, and that was a change for the better. It
How long
was
ago?
hard. It was okay. So it took several times.
Okay.
It was like in 2013, quit, or I stopped smoking for about 5 years,
Okay.
and then no, the 2013. And then it was just the next year. It only lasted 1 year because I had some issues going on and just fell back into it.
Yeah.
And then I stopped. That's when I stopped for 5 years. And then some more issues came up, and I just was nervous and picked it up again. But thankfully, um, in 2020, like in March, April, May, it was, I hated smoking. I hated it. But I was
What did
so
you hate about
thankful.
it? But what did you hate
The
about
smell,
it? Okay.
the the need for to feed that nicotine monster,
Okay.
and once I
Could you
was
feel it? Could you feel it? Like it
uh
was pulling you to get another cigarette?
right, right. It's
Okay.
a monster. And once
Okay.
I've read this book by Alan Carr, and it was about how to quit smoking. And I've read it like 3 times. The first time I stopped for a year, the second time I stopped for 5 years. And it was all about feeding. Once you killed that nicotine monster that was living, and you kept feeding it, because what were you feeding it with?
Hmm.
Nicotine. And so once I just made up in my mind that that was going to be it, and then um, that was in the midst of COVID, and
Okay.
I didn't want any more complications from anything
Right.
that could have me susceptible. So when I made that change, it it, it was the best thing that I could have done. And I'm glad. So those kind of that's why I say that was a voluntary change. I wanted that to happen. And
Yeah.
I tell you, uh, nah, I would not smoke. Even I would find some other coping mechanisms or something else if that was. But
How
that's
about
one change.
at work? Like, do you find it easy? You know, when you go to work and they go, "Oh, we're doing this now," and we didn't, and sometimes you don't
Oh,
get enough build up. Like, "Hey, we're going to do a new system," and then all of a sudden
oh,
everything has changed. How
oh. Okay. As a teacher, it can be frustrating to have a different follow a different curriculum or follow a different reading program or a different math program once you have acquired or all of the necessary resources, personal resources and instructional resources, and they change the program. But you're flexible and you adapt because you're an educator and you're able to flow into that. Is it can be a challenge, but you find a way.
how often does
Um,
it happen?
3 to 5 years, three
Okay,
to
where
five
you've
years
got
they may change a reading program, and
okay,
once you have taught one to fidelity and it's working, the system may say, oh, we're going to you know um, do something else, and but you're flexible and you just adapt to it, and
and
you
you just
learn
adapt to it.
and you learn and it can be frustrating, but you
I
do it.
I I learned. I worked at a nonprofit for a minute, and there's a lot of change that is placed on you at the last minute because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
especially a
Mm-hmm.
lot of grants that come in require you need this, you've got to do this, and sometimes your managers haven't told you what you needed, and all of a sudden you've got to do all this stuff, and
Mm.
it gets frustrating, but you learn, well, it's got to get done,
You got to get
and
done. Right.
it's got to
Right.
get done.
Right.
And I would have been a part of the crowd that bitched and moaned, and why do we got to do this? And it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. But when you've been there long enough, you go like, okay, okay, let's stop bitching now. You know, you can moan for a minute because we get to moan, but let's just get this done because it's
Right.
not going to change.
Right. 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 And who knows what new directives will be put in place in 6 months, or
Hmm.
and you may find that it may work better. It may serve.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes I have to be honest
Hmm.
with you. And I can only speak just like changing a reading program. Once you find how to teach it, you're like, okay, this is better if it meets the needs of the
Yeah.
learners, and that's the ultimate goal. Does it move your students academically forward? And you can tell some days you're like, another PD. If I sit through another PD, I'm a
What's PD?
professional development, where they come in and they have a speaker. In fact,
Oh.
I had some PD this week, and I was, I didn't say it out loud, but I was just like, but when I tell you that it was valuable, it was really valuable for the person that they brought in for 45 minutes. It was really beneficial. And I found the value in it. So, all,
After or as it started
during
to unwind
during as it
during
was going,
as it was going.
it just turned my whole frame of mind. I was like, oh, okay, this has some meat on it, and this can work in my classroom. And
Yeah.
but I before then, and you you can walking down the hall carrying my laptop. I was just like, I could be doing
you
so
were
much
done. Yeah.
other stuff right now. And why y'all talking? Y'all, you know?
Well, I think you're speaking to me, and probably
Uh-huh.
some other people might hear this. There's been times I've been the exact same ones, like this. We got this meeting, and then you get some benefit out of it. And you go like, "Oh,
Right.
that was really good. That
That
was really
was
good." That don't
right.
always happen.
It doesn't always happen, and
That
sometimes it
don't
don't.
always
Let
happen.
me just say, yeah.
It don't happen.
Sometimes it's like, yeah, this was a colossal waste of time, but sometimes you get those gems and those nuggets that really help you. That's why I I embrace change, even though sometimes it's painful or it's uncomfortable for a change. But
Do you like
I like
moving?
it. Do I like moving?
Yeah.
Yes, I like moving. Do I like packing up? That's a whole nother story. Okay. Yeah.
You
Do I
don't
like
mind the
moving?
moving part. Okay.
Yeah. Moving, I can get there. But packing up, you just never know how much shit, I mean, how much stuff that you have and that you haven't touched in so long, you
Yeah.
know? But yeah, I like moving. Oh man, um, moving to different places, seeing different things. Yes. Yes.
I'm usually one of those individuals that I live in a place for a minute.
Same, same,
Yeah,
same, same.
but I do like change. Like after a while, it's like okay, it's I think it's about that time.
Right, right, right,
I
right.
imagine that at some point in time, as we get older, we'll be like, okay, I think I'll be here for a minute.
Yeah, yeah. What about change of styles, clothing styles,
Oh,
or hairstyles, or
mm,
even I have been contemplating. I want to cut the beard and just change it up, maybe, but I just I was at the barber this week. With
yeah,
Thursday. Yesterday. Yesterday. What is today? Friday. Yes.
Friday.
Yeah. And he was like, same thing on the beard, and I was like, yeah, same thing on the
Uh,
beard.
well,
But
it's easier. I mean,
it's
listen, we don't have to think about it. Listen,
right.
my wardrobe, if you can even call that there,
Okay.
is all black. Black t-shirts, black sweats, black slacks, black jeans, majority
Okay.
black shoes. I don't want to think about no kind of clothes. Now, recently, I changed. I bought me a green sweatshirt and a red sweatshirt.
Ah, okay.
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 So that's
Wow.
change. That's
That
change.
is so
And
strange.
the new workout shoes I got, instead of getting the black version, I got a green pair of shoes. Now
Shut
that's
up.
different. I
That
did.
is just.
I
I, I applaud you. That's great. That's
Yeah,
progress.
it is
That is
progress.
that's it's amazing how um it's just those little increments of change, just
Hmm.
change and change. Sometimes we think that change is are big and
Sure.
drastic measures, but they're really in the small movements. And I can see that even just how I write now. I've just changed just a few, just incrementally. I'll read, I'll pray first, and then I'll write. And it's just
Mm.
that
Just how
little
you
bit of change.
approach it.
Right, right. It's just that little
When you're talking
change.
about writing, my just my whole style of writing, just the
Hmm.
grammar and syntax has
Hmm.
changed
Uh-huh.
in the past
Right,
5 years.
right. Is that growth is change or is change growth? Growth, growth is
That's a great question.
I because you can't there's no growth
Oh,
without change. Is there?
Okay.
And there's no change
No,
without
I
growth.
think you can change without growing, but I think growth encompasses change.
You can grow without change.
No, I
Oh,
think
oh, what
when
did you
you
say?
grow encompasses change.
Okay,
It includes
okay,
it, I think. I think the other way, I think you can change without growth. Because that's those things like you were saying, like those involuntary, I didn't ask for this.
yeah. Oh, right, right, right.
I mean, we could probably argue that you're still changing
It's-
in some particular
Some
ways, but
some capacity you are,
yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I just
Well,
associate if you're growing, something is changing.
I'm imagining that this topic of change is, I mean, I'm sure there's a part two of it and a part three of it because it's just
Yes,
so interesting.
it
Just we
it
talk
really
about
is.
change and it just sort of it branches out
Right,
to
right,
so many
right. It
things in
is. And
that.
I haven't even touched some of the stuff,
Yeah.
but it is, yeah.
Well, we'll come
But
back to
I'm
change.
absolutely, absolutely. That was good, man.
Interesting. Change. Well, I'm
Interesting.
going to be thinking about that, the incremental thing of the impact of just adding two new colors.
I think that it is just going to change your whole perspective about some things, and you'll be wearing something yellow next, or
Uh,
not.
no, we might. Who knows? I don't know. We'll
I
talk about that.
know.
We'll
I
see.
think you made a start. That's good.
All
That's
right.
good. Change. We all,
Well,
everything
we need
must
it,
change.
and
Everything.
everything must change.
Yeah, yeah. Or,
And if y'all don't know that song, look up the song "Everything Must Change" by George
yeah.
Benson. Also, a good version
Ooh,
is by
ooh.
Olita Adams.
Oh, oh,
Who else? Do you have
absolutely.
any? Oh,
I was thinking James Cleveland. He
he sings
recorded it
it.
too.
Okay.
He recorded Everything Must Change.
Nina
And I think
Simone.
Nina,
Uh huh.
yes, all of those.
Okay.
Yes. I,
Everything must change.
everything must.
All right.
Wow. Good
We'll
deal.
see you soon.
Yes, sir. See you soon.